Hey everybody, welcome back to B-Dubs Disc Golf. We are back at the crossing. Probably just played 9 holes. I don't have a lot of time today, but we're gonna play the shorts because that's what I do. And today I want to talk to you about my perfect throw. And basically throughout the round, maybe when we get a little quieter, get a little away from the highway, I want to tell you about a throw that I had that I felt was so perfect that I'm still thinking about it and I can't get it out of my mind. So I want to share it with you guys today. That was my PA2 camera. Looks like I juiced it. Went a little far. Let's go 2 off the top. Distortion time. That'll work. We're gonna go with my PA2 shot. It's a little rainy and muddy, but it should be fine. We'll see how it goes. So basket number 2, my nemesis hole. I think this is a difficult basket to make. Certainly a difficult basket to birdie. I don't know if I've ever birdied this basket, quite frankly, but I want to get this to go down straight, maybe finish right a little bit. The basket's down the hill to the right. I'm going to go with my Glow Plastic M4. That might be the best throw I've ever done on this basket. And the thing is, I wanted it to go right, and I missed that first tree, which is, that tree down I made the gap and missed the next tree. So that was good. It is so loud. Even though they're building the wall, I don't know if you can see it, but they're building the wall, but it's still loud. I liked it better when we had more trees. The trees were really good at stopping the noise from the highway. I think it's safe to say that this is the best landing spot I've ever had on basket 2 at the crossing. So I got a circle 2 look for bird, and let's see how we do. All right, I will take it. Par is always good on basket number 2 at the crossing. One of the things that I remember about this perfect throw that I can't get out of my head is, first of all, the result was fantastic. It was one of the best birdies. It was basket 18 at Sunrise Disc Golf Course. I may have shown you basket 18 before. It's a long distance to the basket, plus you got to make it through gaps of trees. Highs are to the left, uphill. It's about 285, give or take, feet. And I just remember it just felt amazing. I mean, have you ever had a throw that you were like, oh my gosh, that was the best throw I've ever done in my life? Well, several days ago, I threw the best throw I've ever thrown in my life. I ended up birdieing the hole. But even if I didn't birdie the hole, I still would have remembered that throw. And one of the first things that I remember about that throw was not so much, was it a reach back? I don't know. And there's 2 things. There's so many YouTube videos about the reach back. One of it is, reaching back like so. The other one, you hear analogies like a slingshot, or I've even heard of a lawnmower pull. Sometimes I even tell newbies that's sort of what it feels like. But that's not how it felt to me. It didn't feel like I went like that. It felt more like I went like that. And that's the first thing I want to say about this throw that was amazing to me, is that I didn't feel like I went like that. I felt like I went like that. and emphasis on this elbow. I felt like my elbow went back. And then we'll talk more about next hole. Next basket. Starting to rain again. I've got trees in front of me. I think I'm one under. I'm not paying attention. The reason why I remember it so is it felt like my arm was like just a window shutter that was flapping in the wind. And I probably for the first time remember the feeling of my arm just bending at the elbow during the throw. And so when I came back and I turned my shoulder, my elbow and my forearm came in like this. And I just remember the feeling. And again, it wasn't so much like a reach back, because I feel like I've been focusing too much about the straight line. And that's why the slingshot makes a lot of sense. It's also why the lawnmower analogy makes a lot of sense, because you're pulling the disc back in a straight line and you're trying to pull it in a straight line towards your target. But to me, it's not a slingshot, it's a trebuchet.
Trebuchets consist of a lever and a sling. When the lever rotates, it swings around the fulcrum. As the long end of the lever nears the apex of its arc, the sling whips around over the top, opens up and releases a projectile.
And in the trebuchet, you have all of these levers that are coordinated to throw your object. And so instead of the reach back, I'm going to try to think more of bending or extending my arm like that, and then pulling with my hips, shoulders, and having it come in. The disc will still fall in a straight line, but all of my other parts are doing all kinds of levers as the disc is in a straight line. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just remember it feeling really good. So elbow out, hip, turn, and I remember feeling the disc coming in towards my chest as it was about to make the throw. As I'm describing the perfect throw, I'm making really bad ones. Making these really bad throws, but I know why. Now I'm actively trying to recreate the perfect throw for this video. And this is just basic sports fundamentals. In practice, you practice, but when it's game time, you just play, you just throw, you just do. And that was the thing about my perfect throw. I felt like I wasn't even thinking about it. I just let my brain just took over, my body did what my brain told it to do, and it was amazing. Feeling number one, I remember feeling my elbow just coming in and coming towards my body as I threw. Feeling number two, and I said this last time, my hips. I felt like my hips engaged first and my shoulders followed as a result of my hips engagement. And so arms through, I feel like my arm is very loose hinge, and it's actually automatic. When my hips turn, it comes in automatically. Hips, and then just following through with my shoulders. And then again, that sort of hinge, some people call it a whip. I just felt like my arm wasn't doing anything. Like all of my muscles were 100% relaxed. So this is basket number 4. Looks like I've got 316 feet going downhill. We've got a creek at the bottom. I can't remember if it's OB or if it plays casual, but I'm gonna go with my M4 again. Yanked it right. Got in deep into the other fairway. I do not have a good window, so let me see if I can get back. I'm gonna go with my A1. Get through. I got through. It'll be okay. I wonder if pros practice in the rain. I feel like it's almost like a very different game when it's raining and everything's slippery and muddy. Even though it's raining, I feel like if I didn't record this video today, I would not have time this week. That is my commitment to you, the viewer. Basket number 5. I find this to be one of the easiest baskets on the course. If you have an easy flick and an overstable disc, just got to make it through this gap and get it up the hill. Easy peasy. This is also a test for my microphone. I know my phone is waterproof, but is my microphone? Another relatively easy hole. Just got to get it down and have your disc hyzer to the left. Probably the biggest mistake you can make on this basket is going long and into the creek. So we're going to go with my very overstable A1 and see if we can't nestle it right next to the basket. I did not nestle it next to the basket. But let's see if I can get a nice putt on video. It's raining more. I don't know if you can hear it through the microphone, but close. The other thing that I remember is I remember feeling stable, like I was not going to fall over, I was not going to slip. I just remember feeling stable. And so, although I don't have a memory of where my right foot is, my right foot was, my feeling is that my right foot was anchored to the ground, like it was not going anywhere. So when I had the elbow, the hinge of my elbow, coming in through my hips, continuing with my shoulders, I felt like this foot was not going anywhere. And I don't remember doing it. I just know that it happened. And my right foot, I'm a right-handed thrower, was just anchored to the ground and everything was going around that pivot point. So loose elbow, hinge, gauged hips, shoulders, and this next thing is an anchored right foot. Another bad throw. This is a bad throw. This is the irony of all bad throws for a perfect throw video. That was an early release, my nemesis. When I came out here, I swore I thought it looked like the rain was going to stop and not speed up. My discs feel wet, so I'm going to blame that for my poor play today. Also, the irony of talking about perfect throws. Of course I should play poorly as I talk about perfect throws, but it's okay. It's okay. The other thing that I remember from my perfect throw was the feel of the disc in my hand. I felt like it was in my hand solid. And some people say, you know, the disc needs to rip out of your hand. I don't feel like it ripped out of my hand, but I do feel like I had full control of the disc. Going with my M3 Test Run 2.0. That was a really bad kick. I got a really bad kick. It went OB. So I pitched it back to here. And now let me see if I can't get a forehand flick to the basket. Not bad. Needed a little bit more angle. The good news is I'm making my putt. The last piece of my perfect throw puzzle or feeling that I had was the follow through. Anchored, good, hold on the disc, and then I just felt like because of momentum, I stepped forward like this. But it was all under control. I felt like I barely threw the disc, but it was just, for whatever reason, that moment, all the different pieces came together all at the same time, and it just felt amazing. Just felt amazing. It's like I had a drug high that I'm going to be chasing for a while. Obviously not today. I'll be in bounds, but just a little left. So the person that throws consistently the way it felt that one day for me is Kristen Tatar. And it almost makes me wonder, like, if my brain was like, all right, Brett, I'm gonna have your body throw the way I've seen this pro throw. That's the way it felt. It felt like in that moment, I threw like Kristen Tatar. So I'm gonna see if I can get that moment back. One day I will. We'll see what happens. That's it for today. Not my greatest round, but hopefully my words inspired you with a little improvement of your form. I will remind you, I am not a pro. I'm certainly not an expert. My friend calls me a fraud for making these videos. Maybe I'm a fraud. I don't know. But I love disc golf. I love making these videos. And if I'm helping you at all, I either through entertainment or by learning something, that's amazing. But always, as always, appreciate you watching. If you like this video, feel free to throw a like in there. Subscribe if you wish. And again, as always, if you see me on the course, feel free to say hi. Quick round at the crossing. Have a good one.